I'm Emily and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some baby shower decor that I made for my friend. It is pumpkin themed. I made a video about how I created the welcome sign and also what it looked like, but I will insert a picture of that here. And I will also link it in the description below, so if you want to go check that out, you can. But along with the poster, I also painted some pumpkins, and I also made like a little pumpkin family my friend asked me to do. So I'll insert a picture of what she wanted me to do here. So I kind of just did my own little spin on it. I also compiled some like flowers so that they could put on the tables and stuff. So yeah, I put a lot of work into it and I really just wanted to show you guys. If anyone's interested, keep watching. We're gonna get right into it. Just for reference, this is how the poster turned out. So I made a quick trip to Michael's and picked up some of these craft pumpkins. I've literally used so many of them this season, but I adore them. And I grabbed some acrylic paint. I'm really trying to match the paint colors of the pumpkin to the colors on the poster. I want to try to keep it as cohesive as I possibly can. And my friend also asked me to throw together some flowers that they could put on the table. So I thought that these fall flowers were just gorgeous. I loved the colors. And this is the flower arrangement that I wound up going with. And basically I just stuck like 2 or 3 into these little bud vases. And yeah, so on to the pumpkins. I cut out a heart stencil using my Cricut because I thought that was easier than like freehanding it. There's no way I would ever be able to do that and have it turn out okay. So I'm just sticking the final stencil onto the pumpkins. So that way I have a really good outline when I cut out the heart. And then once the stencil is applied, I used a box cutter. Be very careful. The whole time I was really worried I was gonna cut myself, but I didn't, thank God. But the pumpkin is like incredibly hard to cut through. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's like really difficult. So I was just taking the box cutter and just like stabbing the pumpkin over and over and over again to make little slices that like eventually formed a line. I don't know why I thought that like it would just glide through this pumpkin, because like you can cut them as part of the advertising, but yeah, I don't know. It was a lot more difficult than I was expecting. So if you're doing this, please just be careful and don't cut yourself. It's not perfect, but it got the job done. So now I'm just taking off the stencil. And my trusty weeding tool came in handy. And you can see that the edges are really rough and bumpy. So I'm just taking some light grit sandpaper and I'm just smoothing out the edges as much as I can. It's always gonna be like a little bit bumpy because of like the ridges in the pumpkin. It looks so much better when I'm done cleaning it up. And I just have to dump out all of the debris that was collecting in the pumpkin. So now I have to paint them. I chose 4 different colors, and yes, I know that the pumpkins are white, but I needed the texture to match all the other pumpkins because I mixed the acrylic paint with baking soda to give it that gritty texture. So I had to paint them white because like the original pumpkin has a very smooth finish. First step, I'm taping off the stems of the pumpkins. I wanted them to be more like realistic looking pumpkins, so I didn't paint over the stems. I want to make sure I protect them. I already posted another video if you're interested in watching that on how exactly I paint pumpkins like this. I'll link that in the description below. So I'm just gonna kind of like breeze through this part. It's really just me painting the pumpkins all different colors. And for the tiny pumpkin that's going to be fitting inside of the bigger pumpkin, that one doesn't have a stem painted, so I had to paint that myself. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I'm just painting the stem different shades of brown and added some white in there. I just hoped for the best, so I don't think it's that awful. And this is how it turned out. So then once the pumpkins all dried, I was looking at the pink pumpkin compared to the poster that I had made, and I'm like, I feel like the color pink isn't right. I feel like it's like too pink and it needed to be a little bit more darker and like have a little bit more red in it. So I just mixed together some of the original pink paint that I used and I added some red to make it this corally orange color, I guess you could call it. I don't know, I was just kind of eyeballing it, and then when it dried, I honestly think the color is so much better, so I'm happy that I wound up changing it because I think it blends in a lot better with the flowers and the poster. So then I had printed out the names of the family with my Cricut, just using some brown vinyl. And here I am just applying it right to the pumpkin with transfer tape. It was having a hard time sticking, so I really used my scraper tool to get it stuck on there. And then as I'm peeling off the transfer tape, I'm just using my nails to make sure that the vinyl sticks. And I could tell that it wasn't gonna stick forever, like it was probably gonna come off pretty easily. So I decided to go over the lettering with some Mod Podge. And this is how they look all done. I have the mom, dad, the baby pumpkin. Oh my god, it's so cute. And then the son, which is Dylan. And I also had painted a few extra pumpkins with the same colors that I used for the family pumpkins. The baby shower isn't until the end of the month, so unfortunately I don't have any pictures of it set up. If anyone is interested in that, I could just post like a short video just to show you what it winds up looking like in the end. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you want to see more content from me, just subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so that way you'll know when I post a new video. And if you could leave a like or a comment, that would really help too. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.